What is going on, everyone? I am the Yu-Gi-Oh! Scrub, but you can call me Bailey, and my hair is a mess. You know what that means. I just got back from work, haven't had time to make myself look pretty. You know who does make themselves look pretty, always has nice hair? Kaiba. You guys seem to really enjoy the Dark Magician episode. Great episode. Definitely go and watch that. My last video. Really fun. We got to do a bunch of the fun Dark Magician stuff. But there's also this card here, the Blue Eyes White Dragon, Kaiba's iconic card. You know, Yugi Kaiba, the great rivalry. Vegeta, you wanted to see the Kaiba deck, please. That's what you asked me. I can give it to you. You're always commenting. I can appreciate everything that you give me. You know, all the comments, all the support. Everyone who gives me comments and support. Even just a view. You know, I appreciate you all. But we're going to be playing the Blue Eyes deck. I just want to keep the theme going. Maybe I'll play with Harpies and Red Eyes and just, I don't know, Insect Queen. We'll see. Let me know what you want me to play. But I felt like continuing the theme of the duo of Yugi Kaiba, Dark Magician, Blue Eyes. I always felt like Blue Eyes and Red Eyes, like those they're two dragons. One's blue, one's red, black and white. You know, it seems like they should have been the rivalry, but it is what it is. We're playing triple Blue Eyes White Dragon because we are Kaiba today. We need the triple Blue Eyes. That is his thing. He ripped up the fourth copy, poor Yugi's grandpa. But we're running two Kaiba Man because we don't want this in our hand per se. It is a brick, it's a Blue Eyes White Dragon, but with multiple Kaiba Mans, it's a little bit easier to get it out, and we actually want to be tributing Kaiba Man because of some cards we have in the future that we'll talk about. We have two Paladin of White Dragon, another way to special summon the Blue Eyes. Also, it acts as a Mystic Swordsman level 2. If it attacks a face-down to events position monster, it just destroys it without the flip effect going off. So that's pretty powerful, and of course you're going to run it if you're running a Blue Eyes deck. We're also running one Lord of D because we are Kaiba today. We are the Lord of D. Does D stand for Dragon or, who knows? But we're running the one of it. Is it a great card? No. I thought about doing like King of the Swamp polymerization things, trying to make King Dragoon. But like, maybe it can come in handy. Summon the Lord of D, and now you can't Sakuretsu armor my Blue Eyes White Dragon. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Running triple Manju of the 10,000 hands because we want to get to the Paladin and White Dragon Ritual as fast as possible. Also, it's just a light. We're running triple Mystic Tomato, help float into that Lord of D. We can also get Cyberstein, which can special summon King Dragoon or Sangan. It's also just a level 4, so potentially it can float into itself and then use that with the White Dragon Ritual to summon the Paladin White Dragon. Running the Exiled Force and DD Warrior Lady because we got the two Rhodas, you know, just other good warrior monsters because we want to be searching the Kaiba Man. Last monsters, BLS, because we do, I think, have enough lights and darks to potentially make this work. Breaker, just one other extra, you know, it's Breaker. It's a good dark. And Tribe Infecting Virus, because it's a great card. Pot of Greed, Graceful Duo, need no explanation. Snatch Steal, Premature Burial, same thing. Heavy Storm, MST, back row removal. Double Reinforcement Army, like I said, you're basically searching Kaiba Man, Exiled DD Warrior Lady, one of those cards. The Kaiba Man and Exile Force do help trigger the 3 Last Wills, though. Last Will can get us Sangan, Exile Force, DD Warrior Lady, Lord of D, Cyberstein. You know, it can get us what we need, even a Mystic Tomato, potentially. Also, you can do things like running a Mystic Tomato into an opponent's monster after using Last Will and, you know, special summon whatever you need. So, I think it works well in this deck. You know, I've done a Kaiba Man Last Will deck before, but it wasn't quite this build with the Paladins as well. Double Nobleman, a Crossout just for flip hate, and a couple traps. Side deck, we have a couple Zombiras just so we can search them and have a biggest monster in a warrior matchup. Couple Decrees because our trap count is low. Threatening Roars, any Reason Gate Turbo decks. Dust Tornadoes, Mystic Walks, Burn, Kaiku for Chaos Turbo. It's pretty standard. Can I say standard? It's not really like a deck you see very often. Let's go ahead and go join the GOAT format ladder. My question to you all right now is, do you appreciate the longer deck profiles, or do you just like me to speed into the games? And I've seen comments about both. Some people like the games, some people like the deck profiles. But first and foremost, let me wish you a fantastic day. I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you're not having a fantastic day, well, you can go and make it a fantastic day, and then return to this video and watch me become the Lord of D. Alright, opening hand looks pretty solid. Mystic Tomato, White Dragon Ritual, Manju, Last Will, Nobleman, a Crossout, and Kaiba Man. I think we're just going to go ahead, thin our deck, summon the Manju, and get the Paladin of White Dragon. Because it's the piece we're missing. We already have the Ritual. And I think we'll just pass our turn there. Just get a quick +1 and pass turn. We do have the Mystic Tomato, potentially, if we need to tribute that off. He runs Mystic Tomato into my Manju. That is a little unfortunate, so he will float into something. Hopefully not Don Zalug. Oh, no. I spoke it into existence. And he hits the White Dragon Ritual. That is frustrating. setting a couple of back row, and we draw Blue Eyes. Okay. So what do we do here? I think we summon Mystic Tomato. Activate Last Will. Because this means if he wants to Sakuretsu Armor or something, I can still... Okay, so it does go to grave, but now we get the Last Will. And I think we'll get the Mystic Tomato. Attack in. It'll go to grave, and now we get a couple things we can do here. We can go Cyberstein and just pay a bunch of life points, get King Dragoon, put Blue Eyes on the field. And I like that. I mean, we're Kaiba today. We gotta just go as aggressive as possible. We will attack, try to get 700 damage in. We get it in. Declare, pay 5,000 to special summon, where is he? The King Dragoon. Declare, special the Blue Eyes. And I think here, we'll just pass our turn. We'll keep the Nobleman in case he sets something. He might just attack over the Cyberstein, and we are at very low life points, but Cyberstein's just big enough that I feel like we're relatively safe unless he has a Chaos Monster, which he only has Darks and Grave, no Lights yet, so unless he has like Thunder Dragon. Next turn, we can change the Cyberstein to defense, hopefully. Maybe even set Kaiba Man. I think that Last Will play, using it before Mystic Tomato, was really, really good. That was smart thinking by me. He does just set a monster. And passes. Perfect. Ooh, and I think we might just have game here. We're going to declare King Dragoon. Special summon Blue Eyes. If he doesn't have Torrential or Mirror Force, we just win. Nobleman a crossout. And we get... No Mirror Force. Okay. Solid, solid game right there. Now, what do we want to bring in? We saw Sakuretsu Armor. That makes me think he's running a relatively heavy trap deck. I think I can actually keep some of these traps in. Maybe take out Nobleman's. No, he did set something in it. Like, it just won us a game. I'll make the risky play and just bring in the Royal Decrees. Premature Burial, Blue Eyes, Paladin of White Dragon, Graceful, Sangan. So we do have Graceful, discard Blue Eyes, Premature Burial at back. He sets 4 back row, summons Mystic Tomato, and passes. We get Breaker. He trap dust shoots us. So he does see that we have a Blue Eyes, though I don't think he'd pick that. He'd probably want to pick Breaker. Nope, Sangan. Okay. I'll give it one more shuffle, just in case. And we'll activate the Graceful Charity, see if it gets Solemn Judgmented. It does not. We draw Mystic Tomato, Kaiba Man. Alright, and I think we'll discard Blue Eyes. We'll save the Kaiba Man for now. And I think we go... Question is, do we want to run the Mystic Tomatoes in? If we go for Tomato Attack Tomato, he can get Don Zalug. I think we discard 1 Tomato and set... We will summon the Breaker first, I think. The Ring of Destruction's the Breaker. Each take 16. Now, if we premature burial, I do think we'll go ahead and, just to protect our life points, target the blue eyes. Alright, so he pays half his life points to negate the premature burial, and that has to just be the end of our turn. Because we literally have no more cards to play. But we get like a Manju or something. If we draw another Blue Eyes, Kaibaman's great. He tributes for Thestalos. I'll show the log. Take 2,400. I just want to show, you know, just to prove I wasn't trying to cheat or anything. We get Rhoda. Okay. With Rhoda, we'll activate it. Oh, yeah. 400 more. We will search ourselves. I think DD Warrior Lady. But we're going to set the Mystic Tomato. The goal is to kind of psych him out right here. He might have Nobleman across out, but maybe he took him out. Not really a deck that sets a bunch of cards. Alright, he tributes for another Thestalos. We'll take 300. And Mystic Tomato will search us another Mystic Tomato. Second attack. Does he want to? Okay. So he's just passing. Unfortunately, we now draw Blue Eyes. We will change this to defense. Set the DD Warrior Lady and pass. Would have loved to keep the Kaibaman. Mystic Tomato gets a run over. We will get probably Sangan. We'll take some damage, but we can at least search Kaibaman. He banishes his Thestalos, attacking over our DD Warrior Lady. And we'll take 1,400. That will go to grave, but we can search ourselves. Where is he? The second Kaibaman. Last Will would be a fantastic draw. We get White Dragon Ritual, not what we needed. Judgment. Prio will declare. Special summon the Blue Eyes. And attack over the Thestalos. It's Mirror Force. Okay, so he just gets the win. I mean, we had to. Maybe we shouldn't have. Maybe that was a little risky. Okay. We'll bring in Dust Tornadoes, Decrees. I think we want the traps. Take out Noblemans. We gotta keep in the Lord of D, of course. We have to. A Heavy Storm seems really good. Snatch Steal seems pretty good. Maybe take out like one Mystic Tomato. But that is good because he can just run into his cards. Breaker seems pretty good. Maybe Manju. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lord of D. I need to make the smart play here. And the smart play is to take you out. I really wanted to be put in Fluta Summoning Dragon, but there's just not enough good dragons. Maybe someday I'll do like a Red Eyes, Blue Eyes fusion deck. And I think that could be pretty fun. Okay, we have Pot of Greed, Double Paladin, White Dragon Ritual, Last Will, Mystic Tomato. The question is here. I think we activate Pot of Greed. Okay, there's a Manju and a Snatch Steal. we'll go ahead, summon Manju, declare, search ourselves the only other missing piece, which is White Dragon Ritual. Go ahead and activate Last Will, activate White Dragon Ritual, send Manju to grave to special summon the Paladin, triggering Last Will, special summoning Cyberstein, paying 5,000, declaring the Cyberstein to special summon the King Dragoon, declare, tribute the Paladin to special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, and that's going to be the end of our turn. So we paid 5,000 life points, but we have 2 big untargetable monsters. And Judgment is too late. Soul Exchange does nothing, Brain Control does nothing. He sets a bunch of back row and passes. We get hit with a Trap Dust Shoot. A-okay by me. We're not going to summon into a Torrential Tribute. That would be a terrible, terrible mistake. He sends back the Paladin. Okay. That kind of tells me that I think he's a little bit worried. At least he doesn't have Torrential Tribute. But he could have Mirror Force. It's a 2-turn clock anyways. We're going to attack with King Dragoon. Just don't have Mirror Force. Okay. And we will go ahead and set Mystic Tomato and pass. We got the GGs. We are the Lord of D. That was pretty... Who doesn't love that? Just special summoning out Blue Eyes and swinging with big damage. That's pretty epic. Getting a match win with a freaking Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. You gotta love it. King Dragoon is just a house of a card. Having things be untargetable by everything is insane. Especially with a Decree to back it up. Makes it really, really good. I think that running traps is also really good. But sometimes you just put the Decree King Dragoon on board and there's nothing they can do. It's like Tribe Infecting Virus, Lightning Vortex, Smashing Ground. Like, there's not many outs for it. Widespread Ruin's an out, but not with Decree on the field. And even then, I think is Widespread Ruin the highest defense, and I think technically Blue Eyes would be higher. Alright, we have Kaiba-Man, Blue Eyes, and Last Will, Ring of Destruction, Paladin, Call of the Haunted. So we're just going to go right ahead, activate Last Will, summon the Kaiba-Man, declare the Kaiba-Man, send it to grave, special summon the Blue Eyes, declare the effect of Last Will, to special summon our favorite guy, the Cyberstein, declare the effect of Cyberstein, pay 5,000, and summon ourselves the King Dragoon. And we'll set Call of the Haunted. I don't think I want to set Ring of Destruction. I don't really want to get blown out by Heavy Storm. So let's see if he has the out. He has Reinforcement of the Army. DD Warrior Lady is also an out. Technically. He does get the DD Warrior Lady. So the Ring of Destruction would have been really nice to protect the King Dragoon. Pot of Greed after. But if he wants to trade 1-for-1 Dragoon for Blue Eyes, or Dragoon for DD Warrior Lady, and I feel like you have to go for the King Dragoon, because that's the problem card here. Blue Eyes is just a big beater. King Dragoon stops so much more. So, punished a little bit for not setting the Ring of Destruction. Okay, well, now we're not punished, because if we did, we would have gotten Heavy Stormed anyways. Summons DD Warrior Lady. Is going to take 900, but banish the King Dragoon. Come on, Lord of D. That's what we need. Lord of D top deck, please. Sets a back row, passes turn. We get Graceful Charity. We'll activate the Graceful. Getting Tribe, Heavy Storm, Premature Burial. We're pretty low on life points. We'll discard the Premature Burial and the Paladin, because it's just doing nothing in our hand at the moment. I don't want to summon the Tribe in case there's a Snatch Steal. And I don't want a Heavy Storm quite yet. I'm a little afraid of like a Mirror Force. But nope. And I do think we'll set the Heavy Storm. He's already used his. Maybe I bait him into setting something else and then we pro Heavy Storm. And we can at the very least set up a tie with the Ring of Destruction. Summons Breaker. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright. He attacks over the Cyberstein. Pro set Heavy didn't work. Sets another back row. Another 2 back row. We get the White Dragon Ritual, so punished. We will try to attack. Ring of Destruction. Okay, so that's just game. Unfortunate. Even if we had the Heavy Storm, it would have been game anyways. Do we bring in Decrees? I think we're going to bring in the Decree. We saw Breaker, we saw DD Warrior Lady, and Rhoda, so he's playing a Warrior package. Maybe Zombira over the Lord of D. I'm sorry, Lord of D. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Wilson. Won't lie, I've never actually seen that movie. I just know Wilson the volleyball. And if you're a fan of Always Sunny, then it was Rumham. What are your guys' favorite TV shows? You know, the basic ones are Breaking Bad, fantastic. I personally liked Better Call Saul more. What else is really, really great? Walking Dead people like. I thought it was fine, but I don't know, never really did it for me. My favorite all-time show is actually BoJack Horseman. I like being depressed, apparently. That's what people who like BoJack Horseman feel. Alright, opening hand, Kaibaman, Decree, Exiled, BLS, Blue Eyes, and Manju of 10,000 hands. I think what we're going to do is summon the Manju first. Declare. Get ourselves. We'll go for the Paladin. I don't think it matters too much. We'll set Royal Decree and pass. I just wanted to thin the deck. Maybe we can get ourselves an Exiled Force. Except for a Last Will. Alright, he MSTs the Decree. Unfortunate. And summons a Blade Knight. Setting 1, 2. He's going to have to set one more. Okay. So he's going for the maximum damage. We'll take 600. And Manju goes to grave. We get White Dragon Ritual. Alright. I'm gonna play it aggressively. No, I don't know if the aggressive play is correct. Yeah, the aggressive play. We're gonna do it. Judgment. Okay. Prio. Declare. And we will special summon the Blue Eyes White Dragon. But I don't think we attack. I feel like it's too early to attack. I think we would just lose it and then we'd be in a pretty bad position here. Sets a back row, passes. We draw Cyberstein. If we pay 5,000... I would love a Decree. We're going to pass. We're going to wait a turn or two, I think. Cyberstein would give us a dark engrave, so we'd have the BLS live a little bit faster. King Dragoon, I believe, is also a dark. We get another Blue Eyes. Unfortunate. But we could White Dragon Ritual. And then tribute the Blue Eyes. Special a Blue Eyes. We're going to go for the Cyberstein play. So he might have a Judgment. He's thinking, so okay. We're going to Judgment. Or not going to Judgment. We're going to pay 5,000. And special summon out King Dragoon. Declare and special summon out a Blue Eyes in attack position. We're going super aggressive here. No Mirror Force, no Mirror Force. Threatening Roar. Okay, I'm fine with that. And we, I think, just have to pass turn. But Cyberstein hitting the grave, like I said, gives us access to BLS. And, like, we already have so much damage. If he doesn't set another back row here, then I think we can go for big damage next game. Or next turn. He is thinking. I think he would have used Torrential if he had it. Would have used Mirror Force if he had it. One of you guys commented a while ago, a couple of videos back, that I can sometimes play pretty slow and I get in my own head thinking like, well, they could have this one out. But at a certain point, you know, it's 2 cards out of 30. So we take 900 when he attacks over Cyberstein. And sometimes you just got to make those more aggressive plays. He does set another back row. We draw Kaiba Man. This would be game. I think we're going to go with the Exiled Force before the BLS. Because I'd rather have BLS as follow-up. So we're going to summon Exiled Force. Judgment. Okay, he doesn't. We're going to declare. Do we switch these? No, we're going aggressive. No Mirror Force, no Mirror Force. Widespread Ruin. So, yep, Widespread Ruin just gets rid of a Blue Eyes. Fine by me. Attack with the other Blue Eyes. So he does side Ruins. Good to know. And we'll pass our turn there. Pretty low on life points, but we have 2 untargetable monsters. We actually don't want to summon BLS, because if he has Ring of Destruction, he could then... Well, I guess it would be a tie, because he's at 26. Summons DD Warrior Lady. And gets rid of the King Dragoon. Goes down to 17. We get Manju. We'll summon the Manju. He Judgments. Okay. Goes down to 850. Next, we will banish a light and a dark for BLS. Another Judgment. And we can't attack. We already tried to summon the Manju, so we can't summon Kaiba Man. We're just going to pass. That has to be a Sakuretsu armor. That's the only thing that makes any sense here. He gets Exiled Force, tributes it, gets rid of my Blue Eyes. We get Decree. We're going to go ahead, set Decree, set Kaiba Man, pass turn, and we have to hope we draw level 4. Oh my god, why does he have to have Breaker? We still can win if we get a level 4. Come on, Manju. We get Nobleman of Crossout. Really? What? I had the read right. GG's. Well played. Okay. I mean, it had to be, but I was... If it was a bluff, I would have been so upset. Thank you. I mean, it would have been a great bluff by him, and we'll do one more match, because we're only 30 minutes in. These are going pretty quickly. I guess that's what happens when you're playing Blue Eyes Turbo. You're just doing 5,000 damage so quickly. It's kind of like that old, I can't remember who it was, but the Horus deck that played King Dragoon, it was like Cyberstein Horus, and the whole idea was to get Horus level 8 out as fast as possible. And the idea behind it is basically you do 5,000 damage with a King Dragoon and a Horus, and your opponent just has to break the board, and it's incredibly difficult for them to break the board. And that was basically it. Alright, we'll summon the Manju. Declare. We have Tri, Blue Eyes, White Dragon Ritual, Heavy Storm. And now we're gonna get Paladin after summoning the Manju. And I think here we will go ahead. We'll thin our deck a little bit. Special summon the Paladin. Declare the Paladin. And thin the deck of 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon. We'll then set Heavy Storm, because I'm a big, just pro set Heavy. I know it's probably not the right play, but we don't want him to get rid of the Blue Eyes so easily. We want to make him think about it. He is Snatch Steal. So pro set Heavy might work. We will take 3,000, unfortunately. But we'll gain 1,000 back. We get Last Will. We gain 1,000 in standby. And what do we want to do? I think what we're going to do... If we tribe discard Blue Eyes, we could premature burial back, but we're just going to activate Heavy Storm. And then go right ahead and just attack him. Make him take 3,000, and then pass turn. I think Tribe... Because if we called, we could call Aqua and just get rid of our own Tribe Infecting Virus. Okay, he has Magician of Faith Metamorphosis, so he's going to take the Blue Eyes and deal 3,000 damage to us. Leaving us at 3k. We get Nobleman of Crossout. We will summon Tribe, declare, discarding Blue Eyes, calling Spellcaster, of course. Then premature burial, pay 800, getting back a Blue Eyes. And unfortunately we can't game shot him. But we can put him under brain control, premature burial, all that stuff. And we'll pass turn. Graceful Charity. He does have a Light and Dark Engrave. Discarding a Nobleman and a Ring. I mean, it makes sense. Ring would have killed him. Pot of Greed follow-up after the Graceful. Snatch Steal's gone, so we can't Snatch Steal Tribe, kill Blue Eyes, or Snatch Steal Blue Eyes and attack over Tribe. Summons Breaker. Attacks over for 300. And then main phase 2 gets rid of Premature, which gets rid of Blue Eyes. Passes turn. We draw our own Pot of Greed. Just in case, we will set the Nobleman so we don't draw into 4 cards. Ring of Destruction, Lord of D. We will set Lord of D, set Last Will, set Ring of Destruction, pass turn. Uses Scapegoats. Okay, and this just means... unless he has Book of Moon. Alright, we get game 1. So what's good here? Dust Tornado, Dust Tornado might be slightly better. I'm sorry, Lord of D. You just haven't done anything. Maybe I should have summoned the Lord of D. No, we're gonna go right back into it. Sangan, Manju, Delinquent Duo, Kaibaman, Paladin. I think this might be the first time we're seeing Duo. We get Reinforcement of the Army. We'll activate Delinquent Duo. Paying 1,000. Hitting this card from my opponent's hand. Tribe. And Scapegoat are gone. Next, we'll summon the Manju. Declare Manju. Getting ourselves White Dragon Ritual. Activate White Dragon Ritual. Tributing Manju for the Paladin. And try to attack. He has Sakuretsu armor. That is very unfortunate. Alright, we'll pass turn. What is it? It's a spy. Okay. So we'll take 2,400. Does put us, unfortunately, under Cyberstein range. Sets another monster, passes. We draw Breaker, the Magical Warrior. What's the play here? We'll summon the Breaker. And just attack over a spy. Putting the biggest monster on the board and pass turn. Not going to set the Rhoda. If he has Snatch Steal, then he could just pop the Rhoda. Upstart Goblin, paying 1,000 life points to us. So we are in Cyberstein range now. That's good to know. Flips Magician of Faith. Gets Pot of Greed back. We're not in a great position here. That's to say the least. Metamorphoses. Makes 1,000 dice restrict. Takes our Breaker. We'll take 1,600. Setting a back row, 2 back row. Passing turn, we get Tribe. That's pretty nice, except for the fact that we get Trap Dust Shooted. Do I want... Is there anything I can do? Yeah, I mean... He's going to take the Tribe. It would clear Spy and 1,000 dice restrict. Of course you take the Tribe here. Alright, we will Summon the Sandgan. And pass turn. Maybe next turn I'll Rhoda. Get Exiled Force. He has Jar of Greed, draws another card. So he's just playing Chaos Turbo Control. We'll eat 600 from an attack over the Sandgan, and we will search ourselves. I think... Do we go Mystic Tomatoes? Or do we go Manju? Maybe we go Manju. More deck thinning. We get Call of the Haunted. I like that. We'll Rhoda for... No, because if we get DD Warrior later, I'm like, we could set it, but it leaves us a little bit vulnerable. We'll then Tribute Exiled Force, get rid of the $1,000 Restrict, setting Call of the Haunted, and passing turn. He does have Light, Dark, and Grave, though we already had Light, Dark even before the $1,000 Restrict hit, because he has a Spy and a Faith. All it would take is somehow a King Dragoon. Alright, he sets a back row into monster. We get Last Will. What can that get us? I think we go Last Will. Activate Call. Special Summon Exiled. Declare, popping the monster, declaring the effect of Last Will, searching, probably the DD Warrior Lady, summoning Manju, getting Paladin, taking 500. Okay. We'll gain 500. And we just lose both these monsters anyway. Alright, we'll pass turn and hope that we draw a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Because that's really, I feel like, our only out at the moment. Maybe another Manju. Because that puts a Blue Eyes. You know, we get Paladin on the field. Summons Breaker. Chooses not to switch the Spy to attack position. We get Mystic Tomato. We'll set the Mystic Tomato just to see if he's running Nobleman across outs. We do see a good amount of traps. Mystic Tomato gets beaten over. We'll go get another Mystic Tomato. Take 500 and get ourselves the third Mystic Tomato, I think. Or do we go Lord of D? I mean, it's definitely not Cyberstein. It's either... Yeah, we'll go third Mystic Tomato, just because it can get over the Spy. We get White Dragon Ritual. White Dragon Ritual does allow me to pop. Yeah, we're going to do the White Dragon Ritual. Sending Tomato to Grave to special summon Paladin. Try to attack Book of Moon. Alright, so that's just game. We're bringing in Decrees. He has a lot of traps. I'm always afraid that the Scapegoat deck brings in Decrees themselves, but I think we can get away with this. Spy, Faith, we want to keep the Noblemans in. Yeah, I like this. Maybe I should have taken out Lord of D for one Zombira, just because that can at least pop one attack over one spy. And we have Graceful Charity, Sangan, Manju, Decree, Pot of Greed. We'll start with the Pot of Greed. Getting White Dragon Ritual and Tribe. Next, we'll summon the Manju. Searching ourselves the Paladin. The reason I didn't summon the Manju first is because I want to see if we would draw into a piece. Next, we will activate Graceful Charity. Drawing Tomato, Manju, Snatch Steal. Discarding. Tricky here. Maybe we go Manju, and do we do Sangan? It's gonna, I think, be Sangan or Mystic Tomato. Tomato could more easily get us into the... I mean, they both get us to Cyberstein, but I think Tomato, because I can summon it next turn. We'll discard Sangan, activate Right Dragon Ritual, special summon the Paladin, Tribute Paladin for a Blue Eyes, and set both decrees. Risk the Heavy Storm. Of course. Why wouldn't he have Heavy Storm? I guess the punishes, I said both, but why would he not have Heavy Storm? He then creature swaps, taking my Blue Eyes, giving me Sinister Serpent. I'll take 2,700. Setting 2 back row, we draw another decree, though. Alright, well. Go ahead. Take the tribe. Take the tribe. He takes the tribe. I wanted the tomato. Not move. To top deck. We will set decree. Set tomato. Pass turn. Gets his Sinister Serpent back. Activates Upstart. Give us more life points. I'm going to summon a Cyberstein. And I'm going to summon King Dragoon and Snatch Steal Black Blue Eyes White Dragon. And he has Breaker. Because why wouldn't he have Breaker the Magical Warrior? Tomato will get ourselves the other tomato. We'll take 1,600, getting ourselves, unfortunately, Lord of D. I also realized neither player can target dragon monsters with card effects. I just screwed myself over. We get Kaibaman, we will set it and change this to defense and pass turn because we can't target our own Blue Eyes with Snatch Steal. I was like, oh, I'll take the Blue Eyes and then at least mine's untargetable. Nope, his is untargetable too, guys. I'm not Kaiba right now. I was Kaiba that first match, not Kaiba the second one. Probably, no. We have, I mean, he has a Blue Eyes. We have to set the Kaiba Man, because we can't let a 3,000 attack get in. Like, we would just lose if he has a monster over 1,700. Well, at least now we can Snatch Steal again. Delinquent Duo, never mind. And Cyberstein. GG's. Unfortunate, but what can you do? Alright. Sad to go out on a note like that. I mean, that was just some misplays by me. Obviously, summoning Lord of D, I don't think it was going to change much, but at least we would have been able to snatch steal if we had summoned a Mystic Tomato and maybe kept some board presence, depending on what he had. But thank you all for watching. Hope you liked the deck. I'm the Yu-Gi-Oh! Scrub, and goodbye.